When I was about a year and a half, we were coming back from a vacation in Mexico, and my family had a really tragic car accident where my mom passed away. My 15-year-old sisters had to take care of me essentially. So they dropped out of school and they started working for me.
A lot of struggle areas of my life with my parenting, the demise of my marriage. Just had like a lot of emotional trauma. I noticed things were becoming really difficult as my children were getting a little older because we lived in a very crime-ridden neighborhood. So that's when I started realizing, with my lack of education at that time, things were just gonna get tougher.
I met my son's dad when I was about 18 years old, and I latched on to him because I finally felt like, oh, like someone for me, Then I moved in with him, and it was just a lot of like domestic violence. There was just like no regard for my son, Like there was times where I would be sleeping and he would be sleeping in the other room, and my son's dad would come and just try to attack me, and then I'm like, I don't want my son to grow up thinking like this is fine. We broke up, yet I still had to live there because I didn't have anywhere to go. Thinking like I don't have first month's and last month's rent to get an apartment. I don't have like great credit because everything was under his name. So that was always stressful, while I was working like a full-time job, and taking care of my son.
Me and my husband had broken up, and I came out here to live with my sister. Went to social services to kind of see what resources they had available for me. And they were advertising a home for families. So I called, and they were accepting applicants at that time.
They noticed that like I had a bruise, and one of my friends like started talking about it. They essentially like led me to Door of Hope, and that's like what really like changed my life for the better.
Being there knocked away the majority of the fears, blew my expectations out the water. I didn't think that they could actually pull off like healing me, helping me.
And I will never forget my apartment, That was really, really special to me. They really took their time to just say like, this is a mother that needs a home like for her kids. Like it's not just about like helping them for the night. It's about really like getting into like their core and like changing them and showing them like what they're capable of, and just being able to open my door and close it and just like relax with my son. That was like life-changing.
I had graduated in 7 months. I had $7,000 saved, so I was all pumped and juiced. But graduation was really special because I felt like I had finally completed something, and I knew that what I learned and experienced at Door of Hope would stick with me forever.
Everything I've learned there like has made me the person that I am. Like I've always had perseverance, but Door of Hope gave me like the tools. Seeing my name on a lease like was amazing. Just my name, I've always had it with other people, but the fact that this is mine and no one can take it away from me. Sorry. That was like really, really important as well.
I am my own little Cinderella story. I mean, you go from being a Door of Hope resident to actually being a Door of Hope board member now. Going back there every week is really impactful because I know that there was a time when I sat in their exact seats. I've been on my own per se for 13 years. I love my job. I do love living here where I live. My children are all on the right track. So like I said, it's been a year on the board, and I just feel like a little Cinderella.